Kendra from Cake and Crumbs is back today, and today she's going to show us how we can make donuts at home. So where do we start?
Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our donut pan. We have a large 6 capacity donut pan, or we have a smaller donut pan that has little petite donuts, which has a 12 capacity in it. So depending on what you like, some people like the larger donuts and some people just want to pop one in their mouth, so the smaller donuts is a perfect size for that. Or if you have little kids too and you don't want them to have a full-size donut. So. The donuts that we're going to make today are a chocolate donut, and they're made out of Bisquick. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to, we preheated the oven to 375, and while that is heating, we're going to treat our donut pan. What we want to do is you can use an aerosol spray if you like. I don't personally like to use aerosol sprays because they get messy all over your pan, and then if they bake on, you get that residue that's hard to clean. What I'm going to use is a product that we sell. It's called pan grease. You can actually make this product on your own as well. It's just equal parts vegetable oil, some kind of shortening like a Crisco or a butter, and flour. So equal parts of that. And you just take your pastry brush, dab some on, and then just treat your pans. And you want to be as generous as possible. Lots of times your batter is going to go up on top of the little nub there, so you want to also treat that too, so that it'll release. All right, once we have all the capacities, all of them treated, what we're going to do is we're going to get busy and make our donut mix then. But what we're going to do, the recipe calls for 2 eggs and 1 cup of your chocolate syrup. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to pour it in, and we're going to mix up the eggs and the chocolate real quick first. Get those mixed up, and then we're going to put in a 1/4 cup of sugar, which I've already pre-measured. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 cups of Bisquick in. Let's do. And then we're just going to stir it all together. And this batter here for this one is a little bit thicker. The recipes that come with the pans, because there are 2 recipes that come with the pan, don't call for the Bisquick. They just had the flour and sugar and a different couple of other ingredients to included in it. And I just like the flavor of these, plus the ease of, all I have to do is measure out the Bisquick, a little bit of sugar, 2 eggs, and the chocolate syrup. So. All right, so when it's all mixed up like this, it kind of looks almost like a brownie batter.
Yeah.
And that's actually what they kind of taste like. And what we're going to do is we're going to put them in your donut pan. And you want to fill it up only about half full because they will rise some. Okay. And you know, the worst case scenario is if you put too much in, it's not going to actually have a big hole in it. It's going to be, it'll have the indentation, it just won't have the whole hole in it. And they might come out and touch each other here. You're just going to have a little bit bigger donut. And this recipe makes anywhere from 10 to 12 donuts. So that's what they look like. If you want to, once you get done, to just scrape off the tops like that so that they don't bake into the center. Now that one, since I filled it a little bit fuller, will probably bake up over the center, but the other one should be okay. So then what we're going to do is we're going to put them in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes until they're about a golden brown color, or until you can kind of tell that they're done, they don't jiggle anymore. And then we'll let them, once they're done with that, we'll let them cool for 5 minutes and then just pop them out on your cooling grid, and you're able to go from there then to decorate them. All right, so when you get your donuts out of your pan, then they've cooled all the way, or even if they're just a little bit warm, that's okay, because the frosting, whatever kind of frosting you want on it, it's going to stick to it. It's not going to melt too much. You just take, so you have your donut, you have your little hole in there, and let's see, this one here, I filled a little too full so you can see it doesn't have the hole through, but it has the indentation anyway. Almost looks like a muffin top when you have it like that. So what I do is I just take store-bought frosting because it's faster. But if you want to make your own icing, have a favorite kind of icing, or even if you want to do like a powdered sugar glaze over top, just a little bit of powdered sugar with milk and whisk it and then drizzle it over top of your donuts, you certainly can. But I'm just going to take, I have some store-bought icing. Doesn't matter what brand you have or what flavor, whatever you like the best. and you just ice it like you would like a cupcake or a cookie, because you're going to decorate it on top with whatever kind of sprinkles you want. And this is where a fun part, if you have kids involved want to get them involved in this process, by all means let them get involved. So you just ice it like that, and then you can put whatever color sanding sugars, nonpareils. You know, you could even chop up some nuts if you wanted to and put it on there. A little bit of brown sugar and cinnamon or something, depending on the type of flavors that you like together. You can use these for any occasion. You can do it for a casual breakfast for you and your family, or if you wanted to do a nice brunch for people, you can make up a whole different platter with coordinating colors, depending on what your occasion is. And it's just something a little bit different than, you know, your store-bought donuts that you get.